Hi, my name is Kennedy Smith, and this is my first research assignment where I listened to the Gahana Gahu dance video that I found on YouTube, actually. And I chose this specific dance style and tradition because, like, over the Bali, I think it is. Honestly, because I've researched more about it, and I kind of just don't want to, like, stop my research, I guess, and I want to kind of progress it forward rather than changing shifts and trying a different traditional dance style. So I stuck with the Gahanan Gahu dance video. And I feel like my initial impression was something short of like, I thought it was very upbeat and complex because I wasn't aware of what I was watching, but I felt an initial sense of interest. And I kind of was like, oh, I like this, but I don't really know what I'm watching because this was my first time actually watching somebody actually dance to the Gahanan traditions. I felt that the drumming was probably one of the first things I noticed before the dancing, and it seemed to be very on beat, on point, it like captured a specific rhythm, and it just felt powerful, almost over powerful, because it gave me like that sense of like ease, and I just wanted to like see and learn more about it. And at first, I was not sure where the dancers were kind of coming into place. It seemed like they were very well structured, and then other times it seemed like when I was watching the dancers, it seemed like they were structured, well oriented, they knew kind of what they were doing, and then it shifted to a kind of, I guess, visual of, at least my visual that I saw, was I was kind of confused, like I didn't know what they were doing, and it almost was like a part of the video. It wanted to show them like powerful and like structured, and they knew what was going on, they knew what they were doing, and then it shifted gears and kind of gave it that like reality sense of like not everything, I guess, has to go perfect when performing the style of dance. So at times I definitely was confused as if it was like a part of the actual dance or just kind of like a tradition. So I would describe my initial reaction as basically I felt like it was alive, it was quick, and I honestly felt like I was a part of it because I was so invested in the beating and the dancing as well as like confused. It left me feeling like I was a part of the dance myself, which was really nice. And after utilizing my two sources that I'm going to provide in my document, I discovered that the Gahana Gahu dance is an African dance more so, and it's kind of like a drumming style that's used by the people of Eve, Ghana, Toga, and Benin. And the articles I read said it wasn't solely for entertainment, but they used it as a sense to bring people in the community together to preserve tradition. And in the articles, some of them stated, or I think in the first one stated, how Ghanaian folk music and dance served to sustain communal identity and cultural values, which is something I very much admire, because it helped me see how the performance was something they did together as a group and not just kind of individually, even though in specific parts of the video they did do and dance individually and kind of had their own little moment. But it was nice to see that it was all brought together in the end, and then they shared their love and cultural values that they shared. And my perspective shift from simply seeing it as like entertainment to seeing it as like a significant, like I said before, tradition. So as it started, I was very invested and I kind of didn't understand, and then I saw how important it was to their community and their people and how they honored it, and that made me honor it in a sense. But one unanswered question I still have is how Gahu has evolved with younger generations. I kind of want to know, is it still primarily performed in community settings, or is it taught in schools and performed at public gatherings? Kind of like how has it evolved from back then until now, mainly through younger generations? So how do the younger generations see it? Is it still utilized at school, in our community and communities around the world? So yeah, and I think everybody should go and watch it. And yeah, it was as well as read the articles. I very much liked it, and I will be researching more about it. So thank you.